Um, how did you really prepare everyone for a performance that was going to go roughly like 12 hours too? Knowing that the dancers had, a bit of framework for this, but Theresa and Phillip, what was it like on that day of the performance, like when you were first getting started to the time that the performances were taking place?
Sure. I mean, it was exactly as Erin described, that we were given a little bit of information, but not a lot. So we knew that we would be dancing a long time. So we were prepared, or at least I thought I was prepared for that, and but it was just sort of this experience of just coming in and being given instruction and then just doing, and a lot of time doing the same movement for a very, very long time, and I think if they were really trying to achieve, the Shaker experience of just sort of going into meditative state because of the repetition, I think we definitely achieved that. But from the beginning, we all were on a bus from Louisville, and we came in, and the drive was actually quite fun and beautiful because not everybody knew each other, and so we got to know each other in the bus. And then we started the day, if I recall, going out into this great lawn and just having this, just moving, stretching. I think Erin led us through some movement, and we were out there for probably not more than 30 minutes, but it was just so expansive and so beautiful that I just remember just feeling really excited about it, and then I do remember after 30 minutes going, it's really hot out here in the heat of the day. And then we just had this beautiful solemn walk into the meeting room, and then we went upstairs and I think picked out what we were going to wear, or we made decisions about what we were going to wear, and then we went downstairs and then they started giving us directions for movement, and then I remember having maybe a couple breaks during the time, but it was ongoing, and but there was just sort of a community feeling for me, at least, of okay, we're in this and we're doing this together. That was my experience. I don't know about Phillip.
Very, very similar. What was beautiful is that I think what you said, the validity of not having enough information or not having too much information, and just plunging into the experience was wonderful, and it really made the experience that much more valid. When we started, I remember with the open lake, when we were outside doing some of the movement, just hearing the birds singing, having that experience, but doing all this together, because we were all in the same boat in a sense, and having a common experience. And even through the longer sequences of dance later that we did, moving together, being exhausted together, even being creative in the spur of the moment together, it just had a phenomenal experience. And I remember even in the exhaustion, whether the shaking or the repetitive movement, maybe it was not exactly the movement that the Shakers did at the time, but it was definitely a movement that we were doing together, and we were kind of raising our, it had a big impact on me personally, in terms of feeling uplifted, even spiritually uplifted, but through the physical movement and through the repetition of the physical movement. And I want to go back to what Erin said about judgment. Before we had this experience, I had heard about the Shakers. I had read a bit about them, and I had a certain idea of what they were, whether they were a sect, and more or less, if I have to call it with what it is, it was a judgment of what they were or what they were experiencing. And being able to jump into this project and actually experience something similar to what they did, took that judgment apart and put it aside, and just allowed me to be there and to value that experience for what it was, rather than thinking it was something or it wasn't something. And that in itself was phenomenal to me personally. So thank you for having that experience.
It's so beautiful to hear you say that. It really is.